Hello and welcome to the Vobes Show. My name's Richard Vobes and this time we're talking meditation. Do you meditate and how long do you do it? And is it good for you?
You're listening to Richard Vobes.
Hello and welcome to the show. Yes, meditation. That's something you hear a lot about these days. Everybody's meditating. Now, I'm not talking about the sort of I'm sitting in the garden pondering or having a sort of contemplate about the roses or thinking about where I'm going to go and do some fly fishing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the deep meditation that people say is so valuable and so good for you. And I want to know from you, my lovely viewer, do you meditate? If so, write something down in the comments. That would be good. If this is the first time you've come to the Vobes Show and you think, this looks quite interesting, then don't forget to subscribe. That way you'll never miss an episode. It is a bizarre show and a eclectic mix of weird and strange subjects, and often you suggest them to me, so suggest something down in the comments. Now, if you're somebody who does meditate, I would love to hear from you because I want to know what it is about meditation that's so good for you. You see, people, in these day and age, people are running around ever so much, aren't they? They're travelling off to work, they're working long hours, longer than we have for many, many years. We're trying to make a buck, we're trying to sort out our families, we're trying to make sure that not only our kids are all right, but also our parents are all right. We're stretched from ear to ear, producing big smiles, and inside we're panicking and we're stressed, and all of that's going on, and we need to relax. But do we relax? Are you somebody that actually sits down on your own in a room away from anybody else, shut the door and go, thank goodness, I am now going to sit quietly for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, I don't know how long it is, and just get there into that meditative state where you're sitting there with, your fingers like this going, Om. Isn't that what they do when they meditate? You see them in the strange foot position with their legs twisted over here and under there and up there and all over the place, and they're sitting there going, Om. Now my dad used to meditate. He would do that yoga sitting thing, and he would sit there with his legs all twisted up and wrapped round his head and stuff, and then he would, and when I used to see him, because my parents were divorced, so I'd visit my dad, and he'd say, let's do some yoga, shall we? And I said, all right then. He said, we're going to do some little bit of meditation, and he said, it's very good for you. He's always telling me how sorry, I've got an itchy nose. There we are, just scratch that. Oh, there's a little bug going up there. We'll go, bye little bug, you little bugger. Yes, so he would sit there like this, and he would go, Om. And he would say it was important that the air came in through your mouth. It would come through your nose. Om. It would come out your mouth. Om. And then as you do a little bit, it would go out through your nose. It would go from Om to Ni. Om. Ni. And I thought he was talking rubbish. Omni, 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 omni. Meditation. That's what we're talking about. Now, I actually do a bit of meditation. It's usually at night time. At the end of the day, I'm knackered. I've been busy doing bits and pieces. Try not to stop too much, and I get on with stuff. And then as I get into bed, the brain's buzzing about, isn't it? It's busy, 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 saying, oh, you didn't do this and you didn't do that very well. That last Vobes show was terrible. Nobody liked it. Nobody gave me a thumbs up, by the way. And so you stress about certain things, or you have an idea and you go, oh, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to sort that all out. And then your brain starts acting on that. And you go, no, I'm going to do that tomorrow, brain. Will you just stop it, please? I'm going to do it tomorrow. Not now, tomorrow. But it won't stop. So I lie completely flat. I get rid of the pillow. So, because I've got a hard mattress in my bed. Too much information. You don't want to know that, but I'm just telling you, it's a hard mattress. So I lie there like this, and I close my eyes, and then I try and just concentrate on my breathing. And then, before I know it, I've gone to sleep, and that's perfect. It works for me. Now, I don't know whether that's strictly meditation in the full and proper sense, but it does, as I say, it works for me. I'd be interested in how you do it, if you do it, and if you've thought of doing it and given it up. Have you tried it and given up? Let me know. Be fascinated. The breathing, I know, is a very big part of it. My dad used to do something called the yogi complete breath. Yeah. So he would say, and he had books about this sort of stuff, he would say that he would breathe in 3 sections. And you can try this, the yogi complete breath. You would breathe, first of all, you exhale every bit of air that's in your lungs. Okay, so you go all of every last bit, and then you fill up. Oh, I can't do it. Can't do this and try and explain it. But you fill up your stomach, the lower part of your lungs, where your stomach is, and you push your stomach out, and you fill that right up. Then you fill up the middle, so you get that absolutely full. Then you fill up the middle section, which feels like you're completely full at that point. But actually, there's this little bit here where you can just top it off, and you move your shoulders around. You just get rid of you fill up every space. Now, just before we were recording, I tried this, and I was getting a bit dizzy because we don't use our lungs properly. We do all this shallow breathing and we don't fill our lungs up. They're there. I mean, why have these lungs that can go all the way if we barely use it? What's the point? There must be an advantage to using all of the lung rather than just a little bit. It's got to be more healthy if you can get more of that oxygen in. Now, I suffer with something called, I've got it written down here on my bit of paper, scardoidosis, which is a condition of the lung. It's a sort of filling of the lung with bits and pieces. I don't like it. And I think it comes from diesel particulates. Unfortunately, I live on a busy road and you get a lot of that. So the deep breathing, I think, is very good and powerful for me, and I keep trying to do it. But on the meditation front, go back to that. So we've done the breathing and all of that, and that sends you in. But some people, they use meditation to try and get to a single point of concentration, to focus on the indestructible sense of well-being. Do you do that? Where you're just focusing on one point and you're just aware of the inner eye. Now, there was a bloke called Paul Brunton. I don't know if you've heard of him. He wrote several books, The Secret Path, The Quest for the Overself, The Wisdom of the Overself, The Inner Reality, The Hidden Secrets Beyond Yoga. He was interested in finding and concentrating and meeting the I, not the eye, not the third eye, the inner eye. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking. I mean, the eye, the bit that's, hack off your arm and you say it's my arm. That's not the eye, is it? Hack off a couple of your legs. That's not you, is it? That's not the eye part of you, because you're calling it my legs. It's the eye bit. And he would try and get in touch with this eye, this sort of the you, the life force, he would call it. And he wrote various books. And I'm going to give you a quote here from one of his sayings is, if the discovery of truth is the discovery of the answer of who am I, what better master can there be than the I itself? Yeah, all right. So I had no idea what that means. And I'm sorry that I've mentioned it. But Paul Brunton was his name. You can check him out and see what you think. But I'm more interested if you meditate, how you meditate, why you meditate, and what benefits you get out of this. And the reason I say all of this, the reason I bring this up is because I'm thinking about my dear old dad. My dad used to sit in that, what is it, Padmasana, whatever it is, where you've got the cross-legged, the lotus position. He would breathe in deeply and he would do all this rigmarole, and he believed in the eye and finding all, did all the positive thoughts and all of that malarkey. He did it all. And it was supposed to give him spiritual this and inner peace and health and vigorous and all the rest of it. He's got dementia. He's got dementia. None of it worked. It just didn't work. So I'm confused. All these sort of spiritual things that we're told are going to be great, it didn't work. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear. Bung them in the comments. fantastic. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If you've got some suggestions or you want me to talk about something, get in touch, share your comments, share the love, share the video, and peace be with you in your Padmasanas and all the rest of it. Until I talk to you again, from me, Richard Vobes, here in the beach hut in Worthing in West Sussex, at the edge of the English Channel, at the foot of the South Downs. Until the next time, goodbye!
You're listening to Richard Vobes.